everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if it's your first time. Say hi, Chris.
Hi.
Say hi, Ben.
Yo.
Yo. Ben just says yo. Happy Monday. Hope your Monday's going great. Ours hasn't been too bad. Mom had a doctor's appointment today, so that was no fun, but we survived it. And I went completely covered with dog hair, so that was nice. That was fun.
To be fair, last night Mom was absolutely guano.
I was. Why was I guano last night?
Because Spectrum.
I was actually going to talk about that in this video, but I wasn't there just yet. Mom's appointment went well for her doctor, and she doesn't have to go back for another 6 months, which is really good. Ben, are you keeping me in frame?
Yeah.
You usually chop off part of my head. I would like to have my whole beautiful head in the picture.
But a bum.
I tell you. Anyway, her appointment went well, and she doesn't have to go back for 6 months, and I'm very grateful for that. And the doctor said for her being 73, she's doing really well. So I was excited about that. Because you know them specialists, they can be a little bit on the negative side, but this guy was nice and positive and very helpful, and I was happy with him. Now, yesterday, I had a day. We all had a day. I was so tired last night that I couldn't sleep. Do you know how tired that is when you're too tired to sleep? What a nightmare.
Holy crap.
Yep, holy crap. We had an appointment. It all started a few weeks ago. More than a few weeks ago. It started in the start of December. Every evening, long about 5 o'clock to about 11 o'clock, our internet slowed down to a crawl. Well, it seemed weird, but I figured it was just because it was busy and you're sharing it with your neighbors, you know.
Well, it was busy, but not because we were sharing it with the neighbors.
No. It was busy because we had horrible internet service, which I called Spectrum, Time Warner, and talked to them about it, and they told us how slow it was. So I went through all this rigmarole to upgrade my package so I could pay another $20-some a month. Woo. Actually, it's going to be closer to 30. It boiled down to speeding up my internet. Okay, fine. They even made an appointment for Sunday afternoon yesterday for a gentleman to come out, and just all he had to do was bring us new equipment, hook it up, turn it on, and leave. 2 DVRs and a modem. 5 hours. 4 of it he spent there working on it. And it still wasn't right, and I had to spend another hour on the phone after he left. He was there for 4 hours. He killed the battery in his first cell phone, in his second cell phone, and halfway through my cell phone, trying to talk to the people back at the shop to get this straightened out. It was a nightmare. Chris, wasn't it forever?
Yes, it was.
And it was all his phone's fault.
I tell you, it was a mess. And it's still not right. I'm still having trouble getting on the internet. And for the money we're paying, we should be able to get on like smooth as silk. But it turns out...
I noticed the router was acting really weird, like it hadn't been rebooted afterwards, which you have to.
Yeah.
The booster.
I'm thinking we need to work on it again tonight, but I don't want to talk about that right now because I will cry. I am not too proud.
Hey, Mom, go into detail about what even started
I'm trying
this.
to, but you guys keep talking. So I'm wondering, why did this only start at the beginning of December? Well, I did discover the secret to that. Chris has a bully phone. His phone is a great big bully. If he was on the beach, he'd kick sand in your face. And if he was in the schoolyard, he'd give you a noogie. He's got a bully phone.
And if it was in the school cafeteria, say goodbye to your lunch money.
Yep. He has a Samsung
Galaxy S10.
S10. And when he is home of an evening, from like 4 or 5 o'clock till he goes to bed at 10:30 or 11, his phone supersedes every other device in the house, including the computers, and says, I'm taking my share of the internet first.
Screw all y'all.
Don't say that. But yeah. Yeah, it's like everybody else on their own. I'm taking my bite off the top. And then nobody else can get online because he's using up all the data.
Yeah, when we had the old legacy package, which only had 25 megabits per second, guess how much his phone was using?
Use your words.
Go on, guess. Oh, you're not going to guess? You're not going to guess? Oh, how about literally all of it?
Yeah. So now we have 100 megabytes, I guess, per second.
Megabits per second.
Whatever it is. I don't know. It's supposed to be 4 times faster. If I could get online, I'm sure it would be.
But
it's
it
not
seems
Chris's phone anymore. Because, like, after he was in bed and asleep last night, it was doing it. Today, while he was gone to his day program. How was your day program, Chris?
Good.
While he was gone to his day program today, it was doing it. It's still not quite right. So
unfortunately, it went from being an entire evening of not being able to get on to just an occasional.
Quit it, Ben. It sounds like you're going to throw up.
Oh, I'm trying to do a hiccup sound.
I know, but it sounds like you're going to throw up. Basically, we spent, frankly, over 5 hours trying to deal with it yesterday. And it's still not right.
And tell them what.
And I could go into the dang details, but I've already told you enough to bore you to tears, so I'm not going to do it.
They even messed it up, so now we have a different home phone number. Don't ask for it.
Yes. We couldn't even keep our old home phone number. And it's with the same, I don't care. My head, it will hurt my brain. I'm going to shut up about it.
They actually had to take one of the DVR boxes they were planning on putting into our home back because Spectrum, in their infinite wisdom, did not check first to see if Mom had an HD TV.
Oh, the funny thing is, the box that they were going to take back is the one Grandma's using because the first box they sent for her didn't work. I think you missed that part. 4 hours with that poor guy. I felt bad for him.
He deserves a raise.
Well, he's not a residential installer. He is a commercial installer, and he'd never installed in a residence before. I'll tell you, I'd have quit if I'd been him. But anyway, beside the point, we got as much done as we were able to get done, and it still needs more work, and I'm going to have to call him again tonight.
I'm pretty sure that this particular call will likely fix this thing up so that we'll have at least a super stable 100 megabits per second rather than one that has a constant case of the hiccups.
Okay, Benny, shush. Now, on to a more pleasant topic. Chris is exchanging his Valentine's with his love. Isn't that cute?
Ooh.
With his love on, what, Wednesday?
Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, when is Valentine's Day? Friday?
Yeah.
Because
but we can't do it on Friday because we're going to another site.
Yeah, because they're having a party and it just wouldn't be an appropriate time to do it. So he's got his little heart-shaped box of chocolates, which, by the way, is a beautiful, beautiful box. Back up just a little bit. And then he's picking up roses, and we're debating whether we should get the roses tonight or if we should get them tomorrow, because then they'll just be one day fresher. But will they really? You see what I mean? Because maybe they'll just sit in the store overnight. I don't know. So I'll probably just go tomorrow and pick them up because I don't want to wait until... I don't know what to do. I have to do it tonight or tomorrow. That's just all there is to it. But I don't want to wait for Chris to get home from his day program because then they would have had all day to sell out of them. It's a conundrum. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But I said, there he's going to be, beating up with her with a box of heart-shaped box of chocolates in one hand and a bouquet of roses in the other, making every Valentine's Day ever look like skunkweed to me.
By the way,
I've been gypped.
that heart-shaped box of chocolates, it's a heart-shaped box of Jesus chocolates.
That's what it's called. But it's really nice. Can you back off just a touch?
I actually see a lot more of you than I do of the city outside, but that's just because of the car. I actually am pretty far back.
Okay, good. Anyway, it's a really sweet gift, and I think it's a very appropriate too. So I bet she'll just be thrilled, don't you, Chris?
Yep.
I don't know if she's going to get him anything or not, though. I guess it doesn't matter much. What matters is you want to give to them, and if they get you something, it's just secondary, right?
Right.
It's more important to give than to receive.
You know, Valentine's Day is all about that giving.
Look how long my ponytail's getting.
Yeah.
Check this out. I was threatening to cut all my hair off the other day. Not shave my head, which I have done in the past, by the way.
You're not planning on doing the Britney Spears again.
I flip out every now and then, shave my head. But I was thinking about just getting it cut really short, like to where you can barely twirl your finger in it because it's so short. Cut out around the ears, you know, just short. But I'm not sure. I kind of want to. Give me some opinions, guys. Send me a message. Let me know what you think.
Actually
I think it looks
interact this
thicker and-
time.
I think it looks thicker and fuller when it's shorter, but maybe that's just me. Okay, Ben, what's our time looking like?
11 minutes 4 and counting.
Okay, we're good. So, I would appreciate some input on my hair, which may sound silly, but you know how women are about their hair. So, let's see. What else? Anything else we wanted to talk about? Because we're almost out of time.
No.
I'm not thinking of anything right now.
Nothing at all?
Not even about that 5-leggedy bug that's crawling around on you. Ah!
Don't mess with me, I'll bite you. Oh, I think your phone just went off.
Yeah, I've been texting.
Oh, is it Nicole?
Yep.
Hi, Nicole. So anyway, that's his love. They're so sweet. Benny, quit it. I will bite you, you know.
She's not proud.
I'm not proud. I'll bite your ass. Well, not your ass, but I'll bite you anyway. Shut up,
This is
Chris. That
straight
came
on
out wrong.
YouTube.
12
That
minutes
came
left.
out wrong, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going on YouTube.
That was
12 minutes in and Mom just embarrassed herself on her own YouTube channel.
I'm good at that, to be perfectly honest. So we're on our way to get drinks, and this time we recorded on our way instead of on our way home, which that's different for us, isn't it? We usually do it on the way home.
Yep.
But we just had some complaining to do about Spectrum, and Wolfie
And-
did need the
Yeah.
technician though, so that's good. He even came out and sat between me and Mom. He was on his leash, but he came and sat between us and didn't even bark when that guy was like dancing around the room and messing with the equipment and talking loudly on the phone and going in and out the door about 1,000 times. He didn't even bark. He was so good. I was really proud of him. Okay, I better sign off, hadn't I, Ben? 'Cause
Yep.
I've got to be about out of time.
Yep.
I want to thank everybody for joining us today in our silly complaining video, and hope you guys come back on Wednesday. And please, down below or private message me, let me know about my hair, because I could really use some input. Stephanie, I know you're going to watch this. Give me your input. So I'll talk to all of you later, and thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.